Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and a game between PartinG and Lucifron here on Daybreak. This is going to be game 1 in a best of 3 series, I believe. We have PartinG spawning as the red Protoss player here at what I will call the 7 o'clock position. Meanwhile, Lucifron spawning as the blue Terran player. Terran versus Protoss, perhaps my least favorite matchup. One of the reasons why I am casting this particular series, hoping to glean a little bit of information off some of the best European and Korean players currently out there. And I am interested to see what their particular strategies will be. Now, overall, the game has really changed in terms of style and gameplay. And one of the reasons why the game has changed so much in terms of balance and in terms of style is the maps. At one point, Blizzard had a number of rush maps, large maps, small maps, all at the same time, which had very, very different strategies and different macro styles of play. Maps such as Lost Temple, Metalopolis, which were very, very common in Season 1, Season 2, were rather small. Walking distances were rather small, and was actually able to, execute some pretty early rushes. Now, the maps have expanded a little bit more, and players just seem to enjoy macroing a little bit more, so we should be seeing a bit of that. Now, taking a look at what Lucifron is doing, it doesn't look like he is going for a 13 gas at all, so he is going to be going for a fast command center. Fast command center most likely placed down here. He will go for a marine as well, and with one marine, a couple of marines try to hold off any early pressure. Now the key from PartinG is he going to be going for a 1 gate expand, and it does look like he is doing exactly that as well. He's going to be going for he actually delayed his gas just a little bit, so he should be able to get that nexus down fairly quickly. The timing on this particular build is very, very spot on. He knows exactly when to get his assimilator. He had 400 minerals just for that nexus and is already moving out. He's going to start harvesting gas and then also get that cybernetics core so he can get that stalker and that warp gate tech at just the right moment. A very, very calculated build by PartinG. I don't believe he's going to be going for that zealot. He is just going to be going for that cybernetics core and then waiting to see what will be happening next. All right, let's come take a look around. SCV will head up that ramp, does see that the nexus is already down, knows the timing on that nexus. The marine is pretty safe and sure that there isn't going to be a zealot popping up anytime soon, as the zealot is now just being trained back in the base. Currently, PartinG saving up a lot of chrono boost. This does come as a bit of a surprise to me, but then again, perhaps he's trying to make up for the later warp gate tech with an additional chrono boost. There you go. No, actually chrono boosting out probes now, and I don't know if that was PartinG forgetting the chrono boost, or if PartinG's build is so specific he knew that he wouldn't have enough resources early on in order to continue chrono boosting. So that's something more for a day 9 daily to take a look at, as opposed to me trying to figure out in a cast and rewinding and just taking notes on this particular build. All right, cybernetics core is about 25% way completed. Stalker will be coming out here as the SCV is now on the move. Should be able to head back home without a problem. Meanwhile, we are going now into Reactor Hellions. So this was a 1 racks expand into Reactor Hellions, and we are also seeing a second refinery down already. I'm curious as to when we will be taking a look perhaps at a starport, as this does have a lot of indications for higher tech. Double gas this early on. We haven't seen what exactly Lucifron wants to spend his gas on just quite yet. We do see 1 bunker here. There is 4 marines inside there, and a stalker will not be able to actually walk by here all that easily. SCV also building a supply depot there, making sure that those units are not able to do much, getting in a little bit of actual damage, and now going after the stalker. The marines gonna take a little bit of damage, but all superficially until that starport does arrive. There you have it. There is that tech lab. There is this starport, and I am interested to see whether or not Lucifron is going to go for a faster Raven. Raven tech has been changed around and flipped upside down just a little bit with the faster Seeker missile. You do not need to research it any longer, but I believe the cost of Seeker missile is still sitting at 125, so it may just be cloaked Banshees. Heart of the Swarm, Seeker missiles only cost 75 energy. Are we going to be seeing Banshees? Yes, we are. Now, taking a look at what PartinG is doing, PartinG is actually expanding rather quickly. He feigned pressure with this Zealot and this Stalker early on, and it really confined Lucifron inside his own base. We are going to see now Lucifron coming in with with the Hellions. The Hellions now backing off. He's trying to get damage against those sentries. If he can actually trade a Hellion for a sentry, that actually would be fairly decent. And now, oh my goodness, by sheer luck, he is going to... Did he spot the Nexus? Yes, he does. And now that was an absolute luck play. Wow. So many sentries. You can see that PartinG is playing very defensively here, and Lucifron is in a bit of trouble. Pressure is already out on the field. You can see Cloak is now being added. The robotics facility is not going to be done for quite some time, though, so the Banshees could actually deal a lot of damage. Hellions now making their way over. It looks as though it was spotted in time. The sentries and the Zealots now looking to push in. What is this Banshee doing? The Banshee simply flying by the Stalker here, and that was a very bold move. Stalkers are now going to come in to intercept Lucifron, being forced to pull back as the main armies are just splitting. One Banshee looking to put pressure on a handful of Stalkers. The robotics facility still needs 15 seconds, but that is still a lot of time. Banshee needs Banshee does have Cloak now, and it needs to engage. Here you have it. The Hellion's going to get in some damage. There goes a probe. How much damage is going to be done as we now see a cloaked Banshee on the far side? Okay, Lucifron has a very small window of opportunity to actually get damage off, and he needs to do it rather quickly. Is he going to get any more kills? Worker kills not very high, only 7 at this time, and that is not very high when you consider the fact that his opponent is already up on 3 bases. This Banshee now may try to make its way off to the 3rd. There is already an observer there, and now the Banshee is in position. The Stalkers are not going to be able to get in here all that easily. Very bad building placement by PartinG, meaning that the Stalkers are not going to be able to push here at all. Wow, this is a huge mistake. PartinG now trying to squeeze his way back. It looks like he will be able to do exactly that. And will it get taken down? Oh, one shot. Not enough, as Lucifron continuing to place down the pressure and doing a great job. Lucifron not yet upgrading this to an orbital command. He needs to, as this one Banshee floats off in space, looking to perhaps deal a bit more damage. Worker kill count already up to 18. PartinG now even. Orbital command now being upgraded, but the Hellions are not going to be able to contain this army here. One Phoenix or Blink should be enough. You can take a look. There is this Banshee now trying to fly away. The Stalkers are not going to be able to get there, as we see the Hellions now backing away from that center Xel'Naga tower. Very nice play by Lucifron. It looked like he was behind for quite some time, and then with a very strong 2-prong push, both in the main and the natural, was actually able to get some damage. All right, Banshee trying to get off one more kill, and it looks like the greedy Banshee is able to do exactly that. Apparently, Banshees live on the edge. Both Banshees one shot away from being killed, as we now see a tech into Templar Archives. Storm is in the foreseeable future. Stalkers, Zealots, and Sentries still holding position off here. What is this Banshee doing? The Banshee perhaps knows that there is an observer nearby, doesn't want to risk much of anything, as we now see 111 supplied advantage compared to PartinG's 96. And all Lucifron has really done in this game. Oh, is he going to get it? I don't believe so. No, he does not get that kill. So, Banshee pilot did as much damage as he could. PartinG has lost significantly more resources, as we are now on 3 bases to 3 bases. Storm and Charge now coming in. We can see that Medivacs are still being trained. No sign of Vikings, no sign of Ghosts. And this is a sign that Lucifron doesn't know what anti-biotech that PartinG has chosen. The Templar Archives, where has it hidden? Was it tucked away? Yes, it was tucked away right there. It was not revealed earlier, and now with Storm, PartinG could really just come back into this, especially with the amount of sentries. Nope. Actually, I take it back. Only 1 sentry left on the field, and PartinG losing those early sentries could come back to haunt him. 3 bases to 3 bases. We should get up into about a maximum supply around the 17 to 18 minute mark if both sides do try and engage. Upgrades looking very strong for Lucifron. Meanwhile, PartinG is a bit behind. PartinG taking that early base, perhaps getting in a little bit too greedy, being now forced to get some photon cannons down, making sure that there is no resurgence of those particular Banshees to try to come in and take down those probes. All right, here we go. Medivacs. Oh, may get feedback. What's going to be happening? Marines and Marauders engaging, and there's the beautiful Psystorm units actually walking through once more as they're now trying to give chase, trying to take down those very, very slow, very vulnerable Templars, and wow, a beautiful Psystorm hits once again. Losses are now starting to even out. PartinG is looking to get back into this. Marines and Marauders are coming back down over here to that third base, perhaps worried that more units may be pushing their way in. And we now see PartinG with 7 High Templar and now merging in Archons as well. Ghosts now being trained 5 at a time. Mobius Reactor is not yet ready, and that means no EMPs. Marines and Marauders are still looking to back off. 2-2 upgrades about to be completed. Colossi now coming in. The Marines and Marauders are starting to bait each other as the Medivac is going to get shot down. 200 resources lost in a moment as we are going to see an engagement. All right, both sides still continuing the fight here. Where is that Psystorm? The High Templars are still too far in the back. There you go. As the Zealots now may try to push their way in. Ghosts with very good damage against those light Zealots, and that burst damage really perhaps pushed it over the top. There you have it, more units getting taken down, an Archon going to get taken down very quickly. There it goes, as the Ghosts are now looking to perhaps push this counterattack once more. A very, very back and forth match here on Daybreak. Lucifron with about a 20 supply advantage. Is he going to be able to push in? Now pushing in over the top, getting in some easy damage on some fleeing units. Ghost, are we going to get some EMPs? There you go, have it. But now in come the Colossi, and the Colossi does not have extended thermal lance range yet. So the Marines and Marauders will be able to battle up. This is going to be a simple trade here. The Marines and Marauders know that they simply cannot run at this point. Take down the Colossus. A very good victory there, as the Ghost now still trying to figure out and take down more units. This one Ghost, is it going to be able to jump away? No, it looks like it will not. And the Ghost, or it looks like it will, as the Zealot does not actually come in and continue that chase. Vikings now being added. And this is where the Medivac count matters so much. Right now, Vikings need to be trained. There's only 4 Medivacs on the field at this point, and with only 4 Medivacs on the field, that means that Marines and Marauders cannot stim nearly as freely. A Banshee now looks to come in. Is it going to be able to do anything? Oh, going to catch a High Templar as it is trying to warp in. That was a huge mistake, as now Lucifron comes in with more damage. This one Banshee looking to just put down the punishment. Going to get off some easy probes there, as an Archon now makes its way over. This Banshee just floating in perhaps the best possible position, now trying to back away again, as Zealots are now running rabid inside this third base here. We'll take down a couple more SCVs, maybe even a Marine or 2, but that has been cleaned up. It is 4 bases to 4 once more. Ghosts are in position. You can see Planetary Fortress is down. Mule's now currently strip mining this base off over here. No base yet being established on the bottom right-hand side, and this game has truly been back and forth, an exciting game, as we now see a Marine trying to take down a probe, not going to be able to do so, quickly gets taken down, sliced apart. The hard suit not so hard after a side blade goes through it. Now, Marines and Marauders going to catch perhaps these Zealots, and the Zealots are not going to be able to do anything at all, trying to take down a bunker that has nothing in it. Marines and Marauders now making their way back off to the north. Perhaps even positioning a Planetary Fortress here might be a good call to make sure that Zealots do not try to push in. We see 183 versus 154, both sides sitting on very large armies, as Vikings are still being added. There's a beautiful Psystorm, but it just doesn't do very much damage. I guess it isn't a beautiful Psystorm unless you just like Psystorms in general. Ghost double snipe, down goes. Yeah, down goes that one. High Templar there, as we now see the push in. There's the scanner sweep. Photon cannons are battling it back. Marauders and Marines are being forced to pull back here again, and here we go. Vikings are going to try to engage. Psystorm could be coming underneath. Vikings now trying to push their way forward. Psystorm, EMP, Shockwave, both sides getting hit a little bit, and the Vikings do chase down all of those units. It looks like Lucifron is going to continue to this push. The Archon's not able to do much. Ghost ripping through the Zealots and also removing all of the shields on those Archons. Only 1 Colossus is left. Marines and Marauders will simply be, or sorry, 2 Colossus is left. Marines and Marauders should be able to just walk their way in, and with a 174 to 63 advantage, Lucifron takes down PartinG. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed Game 1 from IEM Kiev. Please stay tuned for Game 2.